Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. Oh man, what a day it's been. What a day, what a day, what a day. It's always been a day, coming off the weekends because, I don't get any sleep on the weekend because I'm still working like everybody else. Well, actually, I'm just working all by myself. I don't know about anybody else working, but it's just me. 7 days a week without a coffee break. Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. 4 songs by one of their favorite artists or groups, male or female. And of course, that comes up in our last hour right here on Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and of course, the best music of your life and WRLN. I'm all over the place. you know, I'm like nationwide. I'm on your side. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with Angie Bofield. Yep, with fish and chicken. No Cheetos tonight. Mm-mm. Nope, no Cheetos tonight. Mm. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and more evening. Let's see now. All right, who be on my live right now? Let's find out, shall we? Yes. Still waiting for Troy Anthony to get here to provide our comic relief. Hello, hello out there. Hello. I got that big piece of chicken, y'all. Mmm. Mmm. Yes, the big piece. I know you all are always saying, oh, he's always eating on the air. Yes, I am. All right, I can't see the comments, probably because there ain't none. Uncle Ron,
What's going on?
nothing yet. Still early. What's going on?
Okay. Listen,
Yes, sir.
I'm hooking up the old system,
Mm-hmm.
but I got everything hooked up to the mixer. And it's playing through the mixer, but the speakers won't come on. Now, I'm going through a processor. That's been there. I just forgot how to hook the processor up.
Well, try unhooking the processor and just go straight.
Okay.
Yeah, and then see what happens. Because maybe it's a button on the processor, like an in and out button or whatever.
Uh, I ain't touched it. Only thing I did was I had unplugged it to move it, but okay.
Yep. Mix it to the amp.
Okay.
And see if that works. Might be something wrong with the processor. Might have been sitting up. Might be an in and out button or something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try that tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
If
I'll
not, yeah, give me a call back. Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. And thanks. The computer worked fine. All I had to do was just direct it to my controller because it still had Denon on it.
Okay.
And once I configured it, now remembered that I was paying for it.
Right.
So it went through, and that was cool. But I'm glad I brought I'm glad I brought both of them.
Exactly. Exactly. All right.
All right.
So did you set everything else up on it, or you just use the
Mm-mm.
program?
I set everything else up, and it worked fine. I had it working at my job today.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But thanks again.
I'm glad to oblige you. You want it in any damn way.
I know, right? I know, right?
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I got to wait a few more days. A couple more days before my cord comes in.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna figure this shit out.
All right, sir.
All right, man. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right. Take care. Later. Good evening, Queen Janine. Angie Martin Turner. So you must have ate too much chicken. Troy said, has everyone heard about the chicken and fish recall in Chicago? It causes herpes, dysentery, and a bad taste in music. Anyone who eats either must quarantine for a decade due to explosive diarrhea. What I tell you? Mm-mm-mm. Troy, you got me, buddy. Also, bad punctuation. Angie said, won't hear from you for a while. I know, right? Explosive diarrhea. Yeah. Mm-mm. Which reminds me earlier. I'll tell you all about that in a few minutes. I can't get wrong. I know, right? Me. Aaliyah. And once, twice, one in a million, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Saying hello to our comic relief, Troy Anthony, also known as the Soul Pole. My sister from another Mr. Angie Martin Turner, Queen Janine, and Lady G, who sent me this picture earlier. I had just, gotten up from my little nap. You know, when you get old, Troy, you have to take naps. So I took a nap, and I woke up, and then Lady G had sent me this picture of this young lady dancing. I was like, oh my, she's kind of cute. And then I looked further down, and yeah, she was packing. Anyway, I'm like, whoa, what is that between her? Mm-mm. Like a tampon must have slipped out. Anyway, it's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Or tampon slipped out. Oh. Uh, in other words, in the words of Austin Powers, that's a man, baby. Yeah. Here are the four tops. Tonight I'm going to love you all over. And hopefully you don't have something down below. No more than what you're supposed to have. It's bedtime stories. Ew. I mean, it was just dancing and swinging. Tommy! 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 What's going on, sir? Welcome to the show, sir. As always, we appreciate you stopping by, saying hi. It is always a pleasure to see you, Tommy. What's up to my uncle, Uncle Ron Mills, who he sold me a computer, a laptop. He said, "Man, I just got out the shop. I never used it. It's still good, and this, that, and the other." He takes care of his stuff. He said, but he called Dell, and they said it was too old, that they didn't have any, parts for it and all that stuff. I'm like, what? I'm good, Tommy. Thanks for asking. I think they just want him to buy another computer. So he called me. He said, "Man, I got this computer." He said, "Make me an offer." I said, $150. He said, "Sold. Come and get it." I'm like, it's got a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. It's an older computer, but it's got a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. And Dell is known for, having decent processors in it. So, Tommy, I'm about to use it. Shout out to Uncle Ron Mills. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it so much. Yep, that's what's up. So, got any gigs for me, Tommy, coming up? I have equipment, will travel. So let me know. What'd you say? Thirsty Thursday. Okay. At the 50, no doubt. The 50. The 50. That's all right. Every Thursday. No, just looking for, you know, um, any gigs outside of the club, because I know if I DJ for a club, they ain't gonna pay me. So, yeah, I remember we were at where were we? Oh, at Lil's. Oh, my bad. That's right. Lil's is still open. Okay, cool. I remember Lil's was one of my favorite places to DJ because the DJ booth was like elevated. So that's what's up. Love their DJ. Any DJ booth that's elevated. I like that. 8022 Cottage Grove, Lil's, something cool lounge. Or as Lil would call it, the cool. I heard Al was once arrested for sexually harassing mother-like women. Troy, you are a nut, sir. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Sexually harassing Meadowlark Lemon, I tell you. Anyway, Thirsty Thursdays, every Thursday. Excuse me while I chew. Tell me more about the laptop. Oh, it's a Dell. It's an older Dell, but it's in perfect condition. The the computer that I have that I was using was kind of outdated, kind of slow. But for the price, I couldn't go wrong. My daughter gave it to me. She's like, "Daddy, got this computer." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So that was it. So I'm using it. It retires to the studio, and the other one goes out in the street so that I can, DJ with. Because it seemed like every time I would bump this computer that I'm using now, the cord would come out and it would go blank because the battery was dead. Well, instead of buying another battery for it, the battery the battery had cost more than the computer. So eventually I'm going to get another battery for it. But it's working fine. It's just that you know, uh, it can stay here. But every time I would, bump the cord, it would shut off. And I think the processing, got slower and slower. But big ups to Chicago Computer Club. They always keep my computers running. As a matter of fact, I need to go pay the bill so that we can continue to keep it running. So, but that's it. That's it. That's all. And once again, Shout out to Ron Mills, retired police officer from the Chicago Police Department, and DJ, of course. Ron has been DJing, well, yeah, a lot longer than me because he's a little bit older. What's up, niece Yolanda Nunu? Hey, Nunu. Deborah Riddle, what's going on? Al, I'm listening to Ray Neal Station. Now I realize that you're not live, because you're talking about the weather and snow, but you're jamming like a big dog. Who, who I get that from? I know, right? I don't know. I've never heard that phrase before. Like jamming like a big dog. What kind of dog is a big dog? I mean, is it a Doberman, or is it those really big headed dogs like the bull masticins? Anyway, Kevin Brooks, what's going on? Kevin, Nunu. Man. Johnny Gill and my, right here on Bedtime Stories. Deborah Riddle, she says she's listening to Ray Neal Station. She said, I realize you're not live because you're talking about the weather and snow, but you're jamming like a big dog. Well, thank you, Deborah Riddle. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. Also to my niece, Yolanda Honey, aka Nunu. Thank you so much for listening and for being on my Facebook Live. Kevin Brooks, I see you, bro. Thank you as well. This, of course, is Big Dog Radio. It's actually just plain old bedtime stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And I got to shout out Alvin Washington, aka Vince Brown, who is out of the hospital and back to work. I really appreciate you, brother. I had to visit you in the hospital because I had to see for myself that you were okay. So he was laying in the bed when I got there, of course, because there are beds in the hospital. And he was watching a football game and calling it, no doubt. I said, yeah, he's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. I appreciate you, brother. He's like my right hand, or in my case, my left hand, because I'm ambidextrous. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Troy Anthony, aka the Soul Pole. From Chicago, here's Magnum Force and Share My Love on Bedtime Stories. Deborah Riddle. Mmm. And this is Harold's chicken, too. Yep. Hal is known in the dog world as a dip shih tzu. Oh, Troy, I tell you. Once again, shout out to Lady G, who sent me that picture. I was like, oh my. Mm-mm. Oh my, my, my. What's going on, old man? Elder Bradley, good evening. How are you, sir? That's all right. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Um, it's been a while, Elder Bradley. Come on back. We're still on 99th and Winston. Come on back and see us. You know, we got the tag team, the Bell and Handy tag team right now. Pastor Kirk Bell, Pastor Tyrone Handy, going back to back. Yep. Which means service is a lot longer now because you got two pastors, two for the price of one. Yep. They're hitting you from the left and the right channels. All we need is a center channel. So we got, preachers in stereo and one in the middle. Yep. But it's a beautiful thing. And of course, I've been retired from playing the drums once again. Hmm. I knew that wasn't going to last. Pastor Bell brought his own drummer. He like James Brown. He brought his own drummer. Heh. Like that. Oh well. And that's less than I have to do on Sunday. I'm already putting us on Facebook, running the equipment, playing the drums, running back and forth. So now all I do is put us on Facebook and play and run the sound. So that's less I have to do. You was a little suspect on the drums. Well, when you grow up and listening to MFSB and Earth, Wind and Fire and anything off of Stax and anything off Philadelphia International, I'm definitely not a church drummer. That much I know. You know, I'm more of a R&B, and in the words of Tyrone Davis, I'm a R&B drummer, not a gospel drummer. But believe it or not, I play at another church in the morning on Sunday. So at 9 o'clock, I'm playing drums at another church. He doesn't seem to mind. He doesn't care as long as I'm tapping out the rhythm. So yep. And it's cool. It's cool. I haven't played drums that steadily since high school. So Troy said I heard Al looks like Animal from the Muppet Muppet Show. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, just call me Animal on the drums. Yeah, trying to play gospel music. Animal. That is definitely me. You Yeah, that is definitely me. Animal on the drums in the church. Yeah, but once again, I can keep a beat, so that's a good thing. Keeping keeping the beat is half the battle. Following the organist, yeah, who is high most of the time. Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name, but every Sunday morning he's just you know Yep. How do you get high and go to church? I don't get it. And it's not weed, because he doesn't reek of weed. But I'm not going to mention him or the name of the church because, just not. But Angie said he does not look like animal. Who do I look like, Angie? Could be edibles. You're right. You're right, Elder Bradley. It could be edibles. But anytime you're drooling at the mouth, because he has no teeth, I guess he either forgets to put them back in, when he gets out the car after he gets a ride to work, a ride to church, that is. He forgets to put his teeth in. And he's drooling and, his nose is running and everything. I'm like, bruh, hey, yeah, fist bump, yeah, because I don't shake your hand, bro. You cool and everything, but I don't shake your hand. Mm-mm, you know. And the pastor never says anything about him. He cracked on him one time, and he got a little, he got a little rowdy. I'm like, bruh, we're in the middle of church. They're going back and forth like we're on the street, doing the dozens or something. I'm like, yo, hey, we're in church here. Hey, you know, he said, hey, man, look, hey, you're dismissed. So unfortunately, he had a Sunday off because of his behavior. And guess who had to play the organ? I'm like, how am I going to play the organ and the drums? I said, oh no, And that's just it. I only get paid to do one thing. So now, on top of that one thing, now I'm reading the announcements. I'm like, Elder Bradley, I didn't sign up for this, man. You know, because, one day I came to his church and, I was recording his church services to run on my radio station. But he brings his own sound system. So it sounds awful on the air. So I just let him do, a couple of broadcasts, and after that, because there are times. Yeah, I know, I got it. Yeah, there are times where his mic will go out. So I say, okay, we're going to leave that one broadcast on there, and after the first of the month, we're going to take them off. We're going to put somebody else in that spot. He doesn't listen to my station anyway, so it's no big deal. But we roll from there. Let me stop talking about him. Can't talk about a preacher, right? But anyway. Can function and straight from the heart. Before that, Magnum Force and Share My Love. Those two songs go together, don't they? Yeah, kind of, sort of. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Elder Bradley, who used to come to our church frequently. His son can play a mean organ. Anthony Jr., oh my God. He plays like a grown man, I tell you. Angie Martin Turner, you are a perfectoroni. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, sis. I appreciate that. Anyway, coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. That's four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. Troy Anthony says, when I play drums on Sunday, I look like Animal from the Muppets. You might be right. Compared to everybody else that's played drums in that church, I look like, yeah, I look like Animal. Anyway, here's Walter and Scotty and their version of I Want to Know Your Name on Bedtime Stories. I want to know your name, what your name is, what your name is. This chicken is good. It's always better the second day. You know, all the herbs and spices have, marinated into it. Mm-hmm. Yummy. Anyway, yep. Yeah, I take my drumming after bass. What's going on, sir? My drumming after every R&B drummer that I've ever heard. So I don't know any church drummers. I mean, I know drummers who play in church, but I don't know them, personally. It's like, okay, so and so played on this album and this album and this cut, and played with, Kirk Franklin, played with, Normally, when you think of uh, gospel music, you don't think of drumming. You think of keyboard players. It's like, oh man, this guy's a whiz on the keyboards. But you never hear about any drummers. Now, in the R&B and jazz arena, you always hear about, you know, jazz drummers like Billy Cobham and Harvey Mason, you know, whom I'm sure they started playing in church, but you know, they got funky. Earl Young, who's the drummer on every MFSB song, songs by the Intruders and the OJs and Teddy Pendergrass and Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes with Teddy Pendergrass and you know uh, all of those songs. One of the greatest drummers ever. Al Jackson, of course, with the Stax Records organization, who played on records by Carla Thomas, Rufus Thomas, Albert King. He played on everything except for uh, songs by Isaac Hayes. That, of course, was Willie Too Tall Hall, who was a student of Al Jackson. So, Chris Bass, hello, can you go? Don't forget to share the live video, ladies and gentlemen, because people are dropping off really fast. I guess because they see me eating on here. AstroTurf. Teddy AstroTurf. There you go. Mm-mm. 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 No, that was his cousin. Teddy AstroTurf. Yeah. Mm-mm. Anyway, Teddy AstroTurf. You're funny, Mr. Anthony. You're funny. Mm-mm. Anyway, so Mr. Bass, have you interviewed any people that I hate recently? And now we have a segment called People That Al Greer Hates. Interviews by Chris Bass. Yep. Mm-mm. Or people who hate me. Now that's another story. You know, that's another set of interviews within itself. Lady G, I was just talking about you in that picture that you sent me, man. That was a man, baby. Yeah. I mean, imagine, you know, ooh, Taco Tuesday, yay. Mmm. Yep. You know how much I love things that bend. Yes. Mm-mm. I wish you all could have seen the picture that she sent me. This lady is dancing, right? Or what I thought was a lady. Yeah. I was like, whoa. All done. I picked his carcass clean. If Al Gray hates someone, then they won't be interviewed. Yeah, right. That would be slim pickings now, wouldn't it? You would end up interviewing Donovan every day. Mm-mm. Yeah, I tell you. Mm-mm. Don't let everybody know about that. I know, right? Mm-mm. It's like a category on Jeopardy. People who Al Greer hate. I'll take people who Al Greer hate for 200, Alex. Mm-mm. That's right. The only interview the people, only interview the people who Al thinks is very good. So that means your week is totally open. Thank you, Troy. Yes. Mm-mm. I tell you. Mm-mm. Well, I'll just give you a list. And then from there, then you just, say, oh, okay, I'm not going to interview him. Not going to interview her. Yeah. Yeah. But by all means, interview Jamie. By all means. Mm-mm. Let's see. Can I speak this into the phone? Let's see. Dan Ryan Woods. Oh yeah, I did it. Okay. Okay. I'll try that again. Dan Ryan Woods. Did it. There we go. Dan Ryan Woods. Yes, it is, and I shouldn't have mentioned it. But yeah. But back to you, Base. Let's see. Yeah, go right ahead and go interview her. I tell you, it's like how can I put it? Oh, I don't know. Let me shut up. Oh, check out Matt McGill. Mm-mm. Um, Jamie. What you call his sister? Jamie Gill. That one. Yep, she's got a new book out. So yeah, I don't hate her. So so she'd be a good interview because I don't hate her. I don't know why, but anyway. Yeah, I believe her. Well, oh, cool. Yeah, and she's not bad to look at either, Chris. Luther and Make Me a Believer right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Saying hello to Chris Bass. Thank you so much, brother, for joining me on my live. I try to catch your live at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When I'm at work, I try to hurry up and do my show, which is the B-sides on WVON. I know, shameless plug, I know. So I try to hurry up and do my show so that I can listen to Chris and see who he's going to be interviewing at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. But, we have a running joke saying that, certain people that I hate that he interviews, and I don't hate them. I mean, hate is such a strong word. Even though I use the word hate, I get it, Chris. Yes, I did. I said hate. Okay, dislike. But anyway, recently he interviewed Jamie Gill, who has a book out. I can't think of the name of the book right now, but I've known Jamie for and I thought she was up there with me in age, but I'm like, she was a young thing when I met her. But big ups to Jamie Gill, who's got some books coming out or already out. She did a book signing. Chris said, "Yeah, you do. You do hate him." She had a book signing recently here in Chicago, and of course, I got no call from her. That's okay. That's all right. You know, one of these days she's gonna call me, and I'm gonna be like, "Hello," be like early in the morning or something. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the first of two in a row from Morris Day and the Time. This is from the album Pandemonium. Sometimes I get lonely. Guess what's coming up after that one, right? Yeah, it's the trilogy, I guess, or the tuogy. I heard Al wants to enter the NFL draft, but he found out loose end isn't a position. Ay, 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 well, I'd. Mm-mm. Why oughta? Mm-mm. Uh, You hate them. Mm-mm. Far be it from me to be Al Greer the hater. You know. Mm-mm. Oh, wait a minute. This just in. Putin to undergo cancer surgery. Really? Hmm. That's interesting. Cancer surgery. Hmm. Maybe that was his problem all along. I'm just saying. But let me stop. You all know how you all are about your politicians, boy. You can't say anything bad about Trump or Putin or anybody. So yeah, you will get a call. Big Brother is watching. So of course I can't say anything bad about Vladimir Putin except the name. Mm-mm. Putin, you're a madman. Anyway, yes, heaven forbid he declares war on the U.S. Mm-mm. What was that young lady who was running for vice president or president or whatever? She said, "I can see Russia from my house." I'm like, and now you can't. I heard Al Greer and Donald Trump got the same reading comprehension score. You said that, Troy, not me. So yeah. Mm-mm. Please don't. Yeah, don't put me in that. Mm-mm. Sometimes I get lonely. Ah, well, I guess I can say this. Um, Happy wedding anniversary to Professor Miles and his wife, his dearly departed wife. I'm like, man, he is going through it right now. It is no wonder that he you know, has not lost his mind. I'm like, brother, I think I would lose it. You know, you are you are a strong brother, man. You are strong. You know, I mean, if my wife, yeah, I don't even want to think about it. You know, but big ups to Professor Reggie Miles. You know, it's because of his wife, Felicia Lucas Miles, my sister, that I have this background, and it's gonna change real soon. You know, yeah, and of course, my background is gonna be dedicated to her. Yeah, Woo, Lord, help me. Ooh, I've been invited to a private group on Facebook. Oh my. Facebook user Dr. Greer. Okay. I know what that means. It means I've been hacked. That shows you how much I'm on Facebook, right? You know? Mm-mm. Rico. Suave. Oh, that's Rico. Hey, Rico. Mr. Redmond. Good evening. And yo, yo, yo to you too, sir. Rico. Suave. Who else is on here? Oh, it lets me know who's on here now. Lawana. Hey, Lawana. Also, let me see. It won't let me go to it. Oh, it's Lonnie Burton. Hello, Lonnie. Ernestine Brown. It sounds funny saying Lonnie because, that was my nickname at one time. So it sounds funny saying my own name. If it's good, I call up my own name, which is crazy. Lawana Trailer. Ernestine Brown. What's going on? How are you, Ernestine Brown? Thank you for joining me on my live. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to share the video on your page. Just hit share where it says like, comment, and share. Just hit share, okay? Boss man, what's going on, sir? Brother Demetrius, nephew, what's going on, sir? Ernestine, I'm great. You know, I every morning, and I'm not trying to, be a cliche or anything. Every morning that I open up my eyes, I'm like, I'm still here. I am still here. And, you know, I could be 6 feet under, dead in my grave, you know. But good seeing you too, Ernestine. Ooh, yeah. And two nights in a row too. I'm like, come on now. Mm-mm. Like Marie said, we dating now. We dating. Somebody made a comment of the picture of Marie and I. Oh, y'all make a cute couple. Marie said, "That's my brother." Like, oh, okay, there you go. Mm-mm. The time and gigolos get lonely too, right here on Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and WRLN.com. The best music of your life. It's your Dr. Al Greer. And Bedtime Stories is brought to you by Mm-mm. What? Ernestine, you what? I have not seen Marie since uh, um, someplace else closed. I'm like, really? We look that good together? Really? What's up to Ernestine Brown, who's watching me right now on Facebook? Also, a proud sponsor is Williams Inn Pizza, 2210 South Michigan Avenue. For those of you who like pizza, like I do, they have deep dish, they have thin crust, but who wants thin crust? I mean, really, that's like a white girl with no booty. You don't, I don't know why I said that, but anyway, their deep dish pizza is the best. And I'm not saying that because they pay me for it, but it's very tasty. It's very flavorful. They also have Italian beef sandwiches. Um, I mean, everything there. The Italian beef sandwiches are off the chain. And there's this little old lady. I shouldn't be calling her little old lady, but she's little and she's older than me. And she's in the kitchen. Every time she walks out, I'm like, yep, that's why the food is so good. She's probably standing all over everybody and say, no, baby, no, no, you ain't put enough sauce on that pizza now. You go put that back in the oven now. It ain't quite ready now. Put some more sauce on it and put it back in the oven. That's what she looks like. She looks like she is just cracking the whip in that kitchen. I don't know if that's Jamel's mother or what, but she comes out there. She always comes out smiling. Like, I done my job tonight. make sure the, make sure those pizzas are good. Williams Inn Pizza, 2210 South Michigan Avenue. And the catfish, which I just had, is off the chain. Catfish fillet, oh my goodness. And the spaghetti, oh yeah, it is tasty. All right, that's their 60-second commercial. Uh, Williams Inn Pizza, a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories, and I'm there every Friday and Saturday. Just ask Ernestine Brown. I'm there every Friday and every Saturday, playing my heart out. All the ones and twos. Here's Luther on Bedtime Stories. What are you saying, Troy Anthony? Someplace else is what Al calls the halfway house. But Ernestine, you thought we was no. Now, you know what's funny is I thought her and Uncle George were together. That's what I thought. I thought her and Uncle George were together because I mean, you all came in together. So I was assuming. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Ernestine. I thought, I I mean, he's George Daniels. I mean, old and young. Who wouldn't want to be with him? I mean, he looks good for his age. I mean, this is a man that went to the prom with Minnie Riperton. It's like, who wouldn't want him? Mm-mm. I'm just saying. You thought me and Marie were together. I thought Marie and Uncle George was hanging out. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Ernestine. Please, can I make it up to you? Oh no. Can I make it up to you, Ernestine? But you were better looking. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna let it all I'm gonna let it all turn gray so I can look like him. Now we'll look like twins. His hair is not gray, his hair is white. It's like he looks like DT from Kool and the Gang. It's like, it's like, I mean, it's like he doesn't age. I'm like, are you a vampire or what? I've seen him during the day, but it's briefly. But I swear, Uncle George is a vampire. He does not age. I'm like, look at this man. You know, he can roll up on anybody at any age, and they'd be like, hey, what's up, baby? So like, excuse, you look familiar, sir. Well, my name is George. You're George Daniels, aren't you? You were in some of those episodes of Unsung, and you were the one that was in the one with Minnie Riperton. You went to the prom with Minnie Riperton. Well, yeah, you're kinder and a gentleman. Girl, you better stop, Ernestine. Ooh, mm-mm, you better stop. You know, that's still, and he's like everybody's uncle. He's just that cool uncle that you want at the cookout. You know, it's like he comes in and is like, here come Uncle George. You see him, get out the fancy car and walk across the grass. After they didn't, put some astroturf over the grass so it don't mess his shoes up. He's just, he's just a nice guy. You know, he is always, as long as I've known him, Ernestine, he's always been the same way. Now, I don't know how he was with his employees when, he had the record store on the west side, but, I don't know of too many people who are in the record business or in the, retail record business who was as well known as he is. It's like he blew up, you know. He just, yeah, he just blew up. I'm like, good grief. But he is just, he's always been the way he is, as far as I know. Yeah. December 18th, 1946. What is that, the date he was born? Is that what you're saying, Rico? 1946. Hey, I believe that. But, George is just George. Like I said, he's everybody's uncle. He comes in and the place just lights up. But let me stop talking about him. But Ernestine, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. Troy said that's Al's 20th birthday. Thank you, Troy. You're funny, man. Yeah. But anyway, Ernestine, are you coming back to the pizza place on Friday? Be nice to see you again. You're welcome, Ernestine. Thank you. You know, it's not often I get to see you 2 days in a row. I'm like, first on Friday and then on Saturday. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at you. Mm-mm. Anyway, uh, so you're thinking about it. Good. Okay, I would love to see you again. Yeah. But we had a great time on Saturday. Um, Big ups to Tony Wilson, aka Young James Brown. I think I kind of hurt my throat because I was trying to imitate the Cape Man, Danny Ray from James Brown's band. At the end, he always, James Brown, James, and I think I kind of, I kind of overdid it. Yeah, I'm hollering, James Brown, James Brown. Wait a minute, let me slow down. You know, it's like my voice doesn't go up that high. It goes down low, low, low. But anyway, but we had a good time on Saturday. Once Tony got up on stage, he was another person. 'Cause he kept walking past me. Hey, y'all right? Y'all right? When you gonna start the music? When you gonna start the music? I said, as soon as they plugged me into the board, and then yeah, that was it. But yeah, you missed a great performance. Rico, he got down. That is such a pretty song. No matter when I hear it, it always brings me to tears. That is Dexter Wanzel and 1 Million Miles from the Ground. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Rico Hudson, Rico Suave. Also to Ernestine Brown. Thank you so much, Ernestine. I appreciate you being on my live. And it's not often that I get to see you 2 days in a row. I saw you Friday over at Williams Inn Pizza, and then Saturday out in Glenwood at the Glenwood Oaks, along with young James Brown, Tony Wilson. The horn section, Rico, to answer your question, it doesn't seem like they all they all rehearsed together, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Um, I mean, the rhythm section was tight. Don't get me wrong. The rhythm section was tight. It was just adding the horns. That was like, the ingredient that they added later on to kind of sweeten it up a little bit because, James is always known for a full band. So he brought in a couple of horn players. And I'm like, who are these brothers? I'm like, well, they weren't brothers, but they were brothers. And, you know what I mean, Ernestine? They were brothers. So at one point, one of them walked over to me, and I was, playing music. Tony asked me to play, James Brown music, and one of them walked over to me and said, "What's that you're playing?" I was like, "It's the JBs." Oh, okay, all right, okay. He's like, "You didn't know?" I'm like, okay, we're doing the 88th birthday of the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, and he asked me what I was playing. But it's obvious that he wasn't familiar with James Brown's music. Maybe one of the horn players in there because he was like the leader, but otherwise it was like, come on, keep up. And Tony, you know, turned into James Brown. And at one point, he was humming out the parts for the horn players to play, just like James would. It like that, da 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 da, like that. One, two, Tony put on a great performance. He, like I said, he became James Brown on Saturday, didn't he, Ernestine? That was a great show. So Rico, next time he performs, I hope you'll be there, man. Here's Heat Wave from 1976. Shown Up Must Be Love on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm. Whew, that was a great show. Um, so Ernestine, what did you think about Odie Anderson? Wait, let me take a drink first. Okay, now, so Ernestine, what did you think about Odie Anderson's performance of Mona Lisa? I mean, I loved the story and the young lady who came out and danced, who was who was the daughter of one of the James Brown dancers. Um, yeah. So so Ernestine, what did you think about her? Well, actually, not much. It was all right. Yeah, but Odie had done that performance once before. Um, I think out in Tinley Park, we were. I was the MC of this show out in Tinley Park, and Odie performed. Of course, I had to turn the music up for Odie because he's got a slight uh, hearing problem, so I had to turn the music up for him. But Odie's still doing it. Odie is still doing it. Yeah, but yeah, but Odie did a pretty good job. I gotta hand it to him. I mean, you gotta remember Odie is like 75, almost 80 years old. So, but he didn't miss a lyric. He knew all the words to Mona Lisa. That's for sure. Now, some of the notes, I don't know. He knew all the he knew all of the lyrics, but some of the notes. But that's okay, considering you know he's a little bit older. But he did a great job. I got to give it to him. Odie Anderson, the proprietor of the Look out in River Oaks, which is next door to our store, which is Big Time Menswear. So Ernestine said it was okay. Okay. Well, if it was okay, then it's okay. But he had called me the day before. As a matter of fact, he called me on Friday, Ernestine, and asked me that I have a CD player. Like, no, I haven't used a CD player in I don't know how long. So um, I just went ahead and put it in my CD-ROM and played it off my computer, which it did the same thing. So it worked just fine. So that was it. But big ups to Odie Anderson, the owner of The Look, and his wife showed up too. Yeah, which was cool too. It was good. It's always good to see them together. They've been together. You know, yeah, yep. I'm always ready. Yeah, I'm like, okay, what you need? If you put it on a flash drive, I can play it. If you put it on CD, I can play it. If you put it on a cassette tape, I got a cassette player too. What you need? Just tell me what I need to bring, and I will bring it, and I'll make it happen. So that's right. I'm always ready. Gotta be. That's how you do it. You always have to be ready because you never know. Um, when somebody's going to throw something at you. Hey, man, I got this 8-track. Can you play it on the 8-track? Let me see. Let me make a phone call. Hey, can you bring me an 8-track player? Yes, it's laying on the floor next to the bed. Okay, cool. All right. And there it is, 8-track player. Yeah. As a matter of fact, next time I'm in a pawn shop, I'm going to get an 8-track player. They have pretty good fidelity. The only problem with the 8-track players is you could hear the tape noise. The tape noise was really loud back in the day. I guess because of the speed of the tape. I never knew exactly what the speed of the uh, 8-track was, but I do know one thing. It would be right in the middle of your song, and it would just fade out and go click 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 and go to the next track. That's the only problem I had with the 8 tracks. You remember? Definitely old school. Yes, they go click click and then they go to the next one. Click click. Never played the song all the way through, but the fidelity on them was pretty good. It just had that loud tape hiss, so you could never get a whole Isaac Hayes song on one track. You'd be lucky if you got Walk On By to play all the way through. Of course, it was only 4 cuts on his first album. It was Walk On By, Hyperbolic, One Woman, which I'm going to play soon, and by the time I get to Phoenix. But on the cassette, that's totally different. They could put the whole album on a cassette. So did I. I used to make 8 tracks like I used, like I made the cassettes. Name of the group was called High Energy. That is, You Can't Turn Me Off in the Middle of Turning Me On. It's your Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Ernestine Brown, also to Rico Hudson and John Caldwell. Hope to see you at the Soul to Soul breakfast coming up real soon. Angie Martin Turner wants to know, am I going to Mary D's memorial tomorrow? Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. They gave us a choice. We could either come to the memorial or we could watch it streamed on YouTube. So the cool thing about it is I can sit at work and actually watch it on the computer. I had plans to take off that day because it starts at 11 and I have to be at work at 11. And I told my boss, I said I was going to take off tomorrow, but after someone else took off today, I didn't want to leave them hanging. So I said, okay, I'm going to watch it on YouTube tomorrow. So I'm in contact with them just in case. But, Mary D she had one of the greatest voices ever. I mean, she started off as a DJ or a radio personality, and she made the transition to TV, because of her good looks. She's a good looking black woman. So she went from, radio to television. She worked at Channel 9 until she retired. She was the public affairs person on Sunday morning. And of course, she was the lottery lady. She turned the balls. Yes, she did. And she did everything with style and grace. She was very classy, very classy. And I was just devastated to find out that she had passed. She was so classy that she sent condolences out to the family of Purvis Spann. And then within a day, she was gone. Very classy lady. Very classy lady. Mary D., you will be truly missed. I kept telling Clara Hubbard, I said, Clara, I know you're friends with Mary D. I know that you're friends with Mary D. Please just hook me up. Let me just have one conversation with her without people standing around looking at her. I never got that chance. I never got that chance. Rest in peace, Mary D. Rest in peace. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with Kun Fung Shun and Love's Train. Oh, bedtime. Oh, So, Ernestine, what do you wear to bed? Anyway, let me stop. Let me stop. But, thank you for being on my live. I'll look forward to seeing you on Friday at the restaurant. Yes, at the restaurante. But it was good seeing you. You'll actually need to be here to see that. Is that an invitation, Ernestine? I mean, if it is, because I don't have a problem with that. I get off the air at 12 o'clock. Just saying. I could be over there. Anyway, let me stop. Let me cut it out, Al. You know you're not going to do nothing. Anyway, but, mm-mm. But, oh, that is an invitation. Oh my, I'm flattered. Well, now you got me laughing like Scooby Doo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me stop. Mm-mm. Yeah, that would be the night that. Good night. This would be the night I get turned out. I tell you. Mm-mm. When I say it's been a while, people, it's been a while. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. Good night, Ernestine. Um, you got my number. Hey, give me a call. Hey, call me. Yeah. Anyway. Mm-mm. Ernestine. Yeah. Okay, I'm waiting for my sister to comment. Maybe she fell asleep. My sister is my protector. She made a comment. I didn't like her. I didn't. Well, why didn't you say something when I was dating a girl? I didn't like her. I didn't like her. Okay. Okay, you didn't like her. You didn't like her. I don't know. She wasn't for you. I didn't like her. I didn't like her. Okay. It's like, thank you, sis. Yeah. And that's just it. That's the cool thing about it. When you're in a relationship, you know, people always have an opinion about whom you're dating. I don't think she's for you. I don't, you know, but some people don't say anything. They wait till it's all over with. You know, when you're sitting on the curb crying outside, it's like, I meant to tell you she wasn't no good. Like, oh, thanks. Okay. Mm-mm. Trina Proctor. Good evening, Trina. But yeah, and that's just it. Some people they they wait and see where it's going. You know, well, I didn't think it was going to last this long. I thought she was going to reveal herself. Snakes don't reveal themselves at first. They always have to shed their skin first. Yeah, they have to shed their skin, Ernestine, and then you find out who they really are after that. So that's it. But you give them enough rope and let them hang themselves. Anywho, shout out to Trina Proctor. Thank you for joining me on my Facebook Live, as well as Lydell Redmond, aka Mr. Hypnotic. Thank you for always supporting me. I appreciate it. Uh, Lonnie Burton, aka Swiss Chocolate. Angie said, I can spot a snake. Well, I know not to bring any women around you then, Angie, because, you'd be like, big bro, let me holler at you. What? She's a snake. For real? What'd you think about Winnie at the concert the other night? Winnie and I used to, mess around back in the day. Winnie Dorsey. Anyway, what you say about Winnie? She's okay. Yeah. And I didn't know Winnie was, my age. You know how I am about older women. It's like Winnie is like, you know, she's like my age. I was like, oh, I don't know why I thought she was younger, but that's okay. As long as I think she's younger, then it's okay. But yeah, uh, oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Angie. Angie said nobody's gonna hurt my brother, not on my watch. Oh, thank you. Mm-mm. He'd be like, "Excuse me, miss, that's my brother." I know, but I'm trying to. No, that's my brother. Get up off of him. But we no. Stop now. Shoot, Angie will walk in the room and tell me to stop. But anyway, Al dates only older women. That's why he's seeing Eartha Kitt. Troy, you are a nut. Oh boy. Oh boy. Winnie was fun, but no. Why? No? No Winnie? Okay. Mm-mm. Winnie was fun, but no. LT, what's going on? LT. So no Winnie. Okay. All right. Okay. I won't. I won't call her. You know. She had a nice pedicure, though. I must admit. Winnie's always kept her nails up as long as I've known. I'm like, dang. She's been getting her nails done since she was 13. Two in a row from Confunction. That is, baby, I'm hooked. Yeah, hooked right onto your love. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to LT. Thanks for checking in. My sister from another mister, and Angie Martin Turner. And of course, the one and only Troy Anthony, aka the Soul Pole. LT says it's Taurus season. That's all. You folks may go back to your regularly scheduled programming. It is Taurus season. In other words, her birthday is coming up. So watch out for those Taurus people. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. I was listening to, which I do every morning. Angie said, you ain't grown enough for her. You talking about Winnie? Winnie's older than I am. Well, only by a year, but anyway. Not even by a year. Yeah. Anyway. Hello to Rita. Thank you, Rita, for the comment you left on Facebook. That was so funny. You all make a cute couple. I'm like, me and Marie? Oh, no, absolutely not. Nothing's wrong with her. But Maria, Marie hired me to work at a club once. She owned the Red Carpet Lounge, which was out in Harvey. And, we've been friends ever since. But I never thought, nah. She would always be out with other people. So I knew she wasn't interested in me. But, yeah. Marie Fire Red, Marie, what is her name on Facebook? Fire Girl Red, Marie. Anyway, no, she ain't interested in me. Trust me. I know she'd probably shoot someone. Probably shoot him. Anyway, it's your Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Rita. Rita Michelle. Oh yeah. It's Major Harris. Love won't let me wait. Come on, Rita. Really? You thought me and Marie? Oh no. No, no, no. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Maria's okay. I mean, would you say, I don't know? Uh-uh. Marie? I just can't see us together. That's like, you know, certain people um, you can't see yourself with. You know, Maria's got too much going on. She don't be bothered with me. Mm-mm. No, too much going on. Too much. But nah. Al had a crush on Anne Marie until she said Jack Lemmon was younger looking. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-uh. I'm not grown enough for her. I'm still a kid. Thank you, Angie. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, me and Marie, Rita, come on now. Uh-uh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Mm-mm. Yeah. Marie is looking for an older man who will take care of her, who will fall asleep at 9 o'clock and she could just go out and go run a club or something on his money. You know, hey baby, why don't you buy me a club? Yeah, she likes like I'm too young for her. Even though we're around the same age, she wants you know she wants somebody like Odie that's gonna buy her a club. That's it. I'm not the one. Mm-mm. No, I got a pocket full of change. She want a guy with a pocket full of you know a wad of cash. I can't compete with that. Mm-mm. My little chump change and my 6 jobs. Oh no. Mm-mm. Oh no. That ain't happening. Mm-mm. No, Rita Michelle. It ain't happening. Mm-mm. Yeah. Nothing wrong with high aspirations. I agree. I agree. But me and her, no. Mm-mm. No. Don't get me wrong. She's attractive, but Mm-mm. And you know, I'm bad. I'm. There have been times where I pulled a girl to a mirror and said, "Now look at us. Look, do we look like we belong together? I mean, really?" They say, well, yeah." No, no. Al's got the high part covered. Yeah, right. Oh no. Yeah, I got the high part covered, but yeah, but mm-mm. I saw that. I fell out. I was at work. I almost fell on the floor. I'm like, what? Mm-mm. No, babe. Nope. 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 Mm-mm. Cherie, what's going on, Cherie? Hey, Cherie Yvette Withers Banks. Got to say the whole thing. Any shows coming up that we need to plug? How are you this evening? Um, what's up? Ah, it's good to see you, Cherie. Thank you so much for being on my live as always. I appreciate you. Yep. Alice. Good evening, Alice. How are you? Look at all these people. Thank you. Bless your hearts. Thank you. That's all right. Thank you. Let's see who else is on my live. Alice. I see Alice. I see Cherie. Of course, I see Rita. Rita in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Mm-hmm. Chilling after dialysis. Okay. Okay. Long as you're okay, Cherie. Long as you're all right. You know. Uh, Cherie Jackson. Cheryl Jackson. I'm sorry. Cheryl Jackson. Yep. I keep forgetting to check on you, Cherie. Charge it to my head and not to my heart. Okay. Yeah. Just like I said, charge it to my head and not to my heart. So next time you see me, just hit me in the head. Said, "Boom, you forgot to call me. You forgot to say good morning to me." Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. So, so I don't miss any. So, yeah. For those of you who don't know who Cherie is, Cherie does a great tribute to Whitney Houston. I mean, she becomes Whitney on stage. She becomes Whitney. You know, she has her mannerisms down and everything. And it's truly a great tribute. Truly. You know, good night, Angie. You know, when I see Cherie perform, it's like Whitney never left. I mean that. Aretha Franklin. Oh me. Oh my. It's your bedtime. It's your peanut butter brother with bedtime stories. Dr. Al Greer, it's my name. I'll wear it out, okay? Cherie Yvette Withers Banks, thank you for being on my Facebook Live. She said Whitney's biopic is coming out in December of this year. I cannot wait to see that. Whitney's biopic. Oh, look, there's my daughter. Hello, MKRB. Makira. How are you, Makira? Thank you for being on my live, sweetheart. Anyway, back to Whitney. A lot of people don't know. Here's something that you probably don't know about Whitney. Her first appearance on records before she actually did her own record, she did a duet with Jermaine Jackson. She also did a duet with uh, Teddy Pendergrass, which I'm going to pull those up later on, just for Cherie, all right? Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And here's Anita Baker. Whatever it takes, baby. Whatever it takes to make you happy. I will turn cartwheels. I will stand on my head and do flips if I have to. Here's Anita Baker. Yep. Before she even did her own album, she was on with Jermaine Jackson. Yep. Old Jermaine. Alice said, "You are so right. She embodies Whitney very well and a great model, too." Yes, she is. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's some people who, perform and they do like like a tribute to that artist, but, some of them, some of them actually look like the artist, but not many of them capture, um, the whole essence of that artist. And it's like she has, pretty much, studied Whitney and her moves and everything else. The only other person that I know of that embodies that artist is Gregory Gibbs, who becomes Luther when he's on stage. I mean, Greg Gibbs sounds so much like Luther. It's like, I'm sure anybody from Luther's camp, Nat Adderley, Marcus Miller, or any one of them, if they ever heard, which I'm sure they have, heard Greg sing, it's like, I mean, it's uncanny. It's just, it's just uncanny. Right, Alice. Yeah, you hit it on the head. She transforms. So for those minutes, minutes that she's on stage, she becomes Whitney, and that's it. And it's a wonderful thing, you know. But it's the same way with Greg. Same thing with Tony Wilson. Tony Wilson became James Brown, reincarnated. Um, who else? Antone does a great Barry White. Um, Mr. Excitement, Theo Huff. He becomes everybody. He becomes Johnny Taylor. He becomes Tyrone Davis. He becomes all of them on stage. Um, Tony is man. Whew. Tony tore it up Saturday. I'm not just saying it because he's my brother. Tony tore it up. And Tony's got a great sense of humor. Uh, right, exactly, Rico. Yeah, Rico Michael Jackson. Yes. Um, Rico is he's like he's so scary as Michael Jackson. And let me explain why he's because people actually come up to him and say, "Hey, Michael," they know he's Rico, but they come up to him. They're like, "Hey, Michael Jackson." I mean, like you said, Alice, about Cherie, it's like Rico embodies Michael Jackson. I mean, he walks around, as Michael. You know, I remember one day I was DJing for Gen Care, which is a senior um, organization, senior care facility. And this guy, I guess he heard the music outside of his house. And this guy walks up to me and I'm like, he's like, "Hey, bro." I'm like, "Hey." In the years that I've known Rico, I've never seen him with his makeup off. So he looked normal. He didn't look like Michael Jackson that day. He just looked like a brother, off the street. And it was like cool, he didn't have the wig on, he didn't have, the eye makeup, the cleft chin drawn in, he didn't have any of that stuff. So when he walked up to me, I totally lost it. I was like, "Hey, who let you in, guy?" "Oh, okay. Oh, hey, this is my brother. It's okay, security." You know, they were like, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, it's my brother. It's cool." But Cherie, you picked a good one to to imitate, um, to give a tribute to. You picked a good one because people. I'm telling you, when I say people miss Whitney, it's ridiculous. You know, she picked you. That she did. She did well. It's just like with Tony. You know, James started calling him Young James Brown. So it's like once that artist has dubbed you as their successor, or it's like you know, it's like it's like with Herb Kent. He kind of gave me his blessings before he passed. He said something to me, and it haunts me to this day. He said, "Al, I." said, "Al, when I'm gone, this will all be yours." I'm like, "Really? What'll be mine? What?" And this is before I started working at WVON. So it was just scary that he would say that to me. I just wish he'd put it in writing because I am definitely not. Uh, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm where I should be. He started. Well, he didn't start his career at VON, but um, Herb was one of the most popular DJs in black radio history. I mean, all over the country. People knew who Herb Kent was wherever he went. So to be to be in the same company as a legend like that, it just, what can I say? And for Whitney to pick you, yeah, Another Michael Jackson tribute artist that's good. He's tall. Okay. Cherie said that was not the plan. I was on a photo shoot in the '90s, and my wig I had on looked similar to her "I'm Your Baby Tonight" cover CD, and a photographer, uh, makeup artist, and makeup artist said you look just like Whitney, and they were right. You know, they say everybody has a twin, so everybody. Mary D's service will be held at Christ Universal at 11 a.m. Luana, I'm not going to attend, even though I do have the tickets. I'm going to watch it on YouTube. That way I don't miss a day at work. Because we were shorthanded today. So, but I do have my tickets. Um, I might go early and pay my respects. Yeah, on WGN. Johnny Gill. And quiet time to play right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your Dr. Al Greer. And as I said earlier, I don't know if I mentioned this. Mary D. I did mention Mary D. Her service is tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at Christ Universal Temple. And the only way you can get in is if you have tickets. And you'd have to had already gotten those tickets. Well, I do have my tickets. But since we were shorthanded at work today, I said I would not take off tomorrow just in case. You know, my boss, you know, he's very understanding. He's real cool, Delvin Randall. But I didn't, you know, I felt like I left him hanging today because he was not in his office where he should have been, but still taking care of business. And I feel like excuse me, I hit the mic. I feel like I could have helped him a little bit more today. So I told him before he left, I said I was going to take off tomorrow so I could go to Mary D's memorial service. And he said, well, I appreciate you not taking off. I said, okay, no problem. Anyway, it's Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and WRLN, the best music of your life. And this show is sponsored by. That's right. It is time for foreplay. That means four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. Well, seeing as though someone's birthday is in another hour, I figured I would dedicate foreplay to her. I see that she's not in my chat room tonight. So, of course, in another hour, I will text her and wish her a happy birthday. And that's Elo, who is near and dear to me. And that's all I'm going to say about Elo. I'm just going to play one of our favorite artists. Well, not one of our favorite artists, but our favorite artist, period. And that guy is Prince Rogers Nelson. Tonight on Foreplay. Happy birthday, Elo. How about Switch? How about Switch? We did Switch last week, Luana. Um, yep, yep. Just having her services tomorrow. Yep. Ed Hollis does Michael Jackson. Is he that tall, Michael? Oh, I've never seen him play Hot Nuts by Chick Will. Why don't I play Stoop Down Baby instead by Chick Willis? Anyway, Barbara Murphy Dunn. She said, I love me some foreplay. All right. Yeah, me too. I like the music too. But anyway. Mm-mm. Isn't that sweet? Thank you, Barbara. He said, hot nuts, nuts, hot nuts. You get them from the hot nut stand. Nuts, hot nuts. That's an actual song, ladies and gentlemen, that Troy is talking about. Yeah, that's an actual song. Yeah. Nuts, hot nuts. You get them from the. Anyway. Dooby-dooby-doo. To the pearls of love. Tanisha. Tanisha. Hey. Once again, Mary D service is tomorrow at Christ Universal Temple. And the only way you can get in is go to maryd.com. Yep. Just offer you my love. So I can do. Barbara Murphy Dunn in the house. TC in the house. Thank you, TC. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Anyway, once again, tomorrow, Mary D. Her service is at Christ Universal Temple at 119th and Ashland. So, can I pin that? I guess I can't. Okay. Yeah. But she was beautiful, gracious, classy. All of those. She was all of that. Mary D. What's her name? Like Ruby D. Mm-mm. And where is Elo tonight? Maybe she took off for her birthday. That's what I'm thinking. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. She's normally on my live, but anyway. TC said I'm late, but I made it. Better late than never, TC. Thank you so much, as always. I appreciate you. Yeah. And of course, all donations are welcome via the Cash App at Al P. Greer or Zelle, which is my phone number. So I so appreciate you guys, each and every one of you all. That's right. Cash App at $ Al P. Greer. That's $Al P. Greer at the Cash App. My daughter Brittany, hello. Brittany Tanisha. Why you say my whole name? Why you gonna do that? Why you bust me out like that? Hey, Dad. Mm-mm. And yes, I will be at Gino's on Sunday. Okay. When you gonna be at Gino's again? Hey, Dad. When you gonna? I'll be at Gino's on Sunday, which is Mother's Day. So come on out. Come on out and celebrate Mother's Day with me. I'll be going all day long. I tell you. Yep, going strong. I'll be looking for you. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Mm-mm. Play Silly Lump Songs by Enchantment. Okay, will do. If I could write a silly love song. If I could write a silly love song. I haven't played it yet. That's why I'm in the middle of foreplay. Yeah, you'll have to listen on another because whenever I play music on Facebook, they always cut me off. Always. What time am I going to be there at Gino's? I'll be there at 8 o'clock from 8 to 1. Yep, 8 o'clock. And hopefully they won't hit my car in the parking lot like they did last time. Hit my brand new car in the parking lot. Some idiot backed into me. Well, I don't know. I never saw him, so, you know. But yep, 8 on Sunday, Mother's Day. I'm back. TC. I might be in Chicago around the 4th of July weekend, so I will reach out. Cool. I would love to see you, TC. TC, TC. Cool and the gang. Yep, 4th of July. Well, you know, usually they have the house music picnic around that time. The chosen few. Now, I remember back in the day, the chosen few picnic was free. But then what had happened was um, the city got a hold of it. Yeah. And they were like, cut us in or cut it out. And I'm sure they were saying, how the are they getting all these people in here in this park every year and they're not making a profit? People bring their tents, they bring their coolers, you know, bucket of chicken, box of chicken, whatever. You know, barbecue, bring their grills, everything, every year to the Chosen Few picnic. up until a few years ago when they started charging. So I remember the last time. Yeah, I know. I remember when they first started, just like the numbers to lottery takeover. Yeah, right. I remember when they first started charging, that first year that they charged. I think we paid $10 a piece to get in. Tell you how long ago that was. I was married to my first wife. That was like 2011, right? 2011. Married to my first wife. That's how long ago it was that I went. And ever since then, I never went back. Well, I didn't go in, but I went close so I could hear the music. But ever since then, they've televised it on YouTube, Facebook, whatever. So, but too much of a good thing. But I understand. I totally understand. LT. Yep. I am just starting to look at 61st Street. So far, so good. Mm-mm. Really? Your sorority sister. Okay. Wow. Well, like I said earlier, Mary D was class personified. I heard Al was considered the fourth Mandrell sister. Ah, thank you, Troy. I thought you had gone to sleep or something, I tell you. But back to the house music picnic or the chosen few picnic. I, yeah, of course they're charging now. I'm like, what's up with that? LT said, yes, indeed, she's a member of Sigma Gamma Rho. The house music picnic, I said a few years ago, we used to just walk in. Now they got a gate up there, and uh, taking admission. Admission went from $10 to I don't know how much this year. It is now a Chicago event. I know they've been charging for years now, but before that, and before 2011, they weren't charging. I went the first year that they charged, and that was it. But before that, you just walk in the park and have some fun, listen to some house music. As they should. Is not a cheap event to produce. I believe that. I truly do. It's not cheap at all. You're absolutely right. You'll be there working as usual. Okay, well, can you get a brother in? Can I get a VIP pass or something? Yeah. To me. Um, why don't you request media credentials? I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I forgot about that. Just use my press pass. Troy said he'd have to get a media job first. Oh, no. Thank you, Troy. I appreciate you. Hmm. Dorothy Handy Taylor. Troy Anthony, oh, LT, he's just joking. He's only joking. He's not serious. He's a jokester. Ha 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 ha. He's a jokester. Dorothy Handy Taylor, good evening. Welcome. Welcome to my live. It was good seeing you on Sunday, as it always is. And I have to say Happy Mother's Day in advance, because unfortunately I won't be there on Sunday, because I'm working for Mother Wade on 79th Street. So I'll be there, and then I'll leave there and go to Gino's. So I'll be a DJ and fool all Sunday. So, yep. So happy Mother's Day to you, Dorothy Handy Taylor. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do to my hair for Mother's Day. You know, or maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. Right? LT said it's gonna be a good day. It's my birthday and Mother's Day. Oh, okay. Um. Yep. I'm not gonna be there. I will not be there on Sunday. I'm sorry. Take pictures, okay? So I already told your brother I wouldn't be there. So, he had that look on his face like, what am I going to do? What about my live? What about the sound? What about this? What about that? Yeah. Yep. I'm going to miss you praying. Yeah. Yeah. But make sure your son Demetrius takes pictures. Brother Michi. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day and grandmother as well. Grandmother to the twins. That's what's up. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, under normal circumstances, I would definitely be there. So yeah, you're welcome. Here with me. Now that's how you end foreplay. Four in a row from Prince Rogers Nelson for Elo. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Whose birthday is in about a half an hour. Happy birthday, Elo. I really appreciate you. Hello to Dorothy Handy Taylor. Thank you for joining us on our live. Also to LT. I got to say in advance, happy Mother's Day to the two of you all. And unfortunately, I won't be at church on Sunday. Yeah, I got to work. Well, it's not unfortunate, right? If I have to work, right? I just won't be at church. But I'll be there in spirits. And I'll be DJing over at Captain Hard Time, aka Josephine's Cooking, which is over there on 79th Street, right off of Vernon. All right, come join me. They need me there at 11 o'clock. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna leave church, go straight to Josephine's to DJ, and from there straight to Gino's to DJ. It's gonna be a long day on Sunday. For my daughter Brittany, it's Silly Love Song from Enchantment. All about you. Mm-hmm. What'd you say, Cherie? So you can do it, Al. Yeah. Won't be a tired sucker, boy. Saturday, let's see. Friday night, I got Williams in. Saturday night, I have Williams in. Sunday, I have church, Josephine's, and then Gino's. So by Monday, I will be tired so and so. So, yeah. Pray for me, guys. Pray for me. I'm going to be a tired brother, Cherie. Tired, 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 tired. In the words of Chris Rock. Tired, tired, tired. So, Friday and Saturday, Williams in. 7 o'clock until uh, Sunday church. And of course, what did I say? Josephine's and then Gino's. So come Monday morning, yeah. You said by Monday you will need your hoagie. Thanks, sugar. I appreciate that. She said I will need my hoagie. Yes, I will. Need my hoagie to, you know, Popeye's got spinach, so me, it's my hoagie. That's my rejuvenator. Barbara said, AJ, nothing but a number praying for you, Al. Thank you. Barbara, Cherie, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, that is so sweet. Thank you. Keep praying for me. Pray my strength. Because I'm going to be tired. Not tired, but tired. So, yeah. But thank you so much. I'm going to need it. Pray my strength. Oh, I love you too, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you. You and Cherie. And I think LT likes me too. I don't know. She don't call me no more. She don't call me no more. Anyway. I think I hear more from Cherie than I do anybody else. So, yeah. She's always sending me, uplifting messages. And I appreciate that. I really do. Especially when they come in the middle of the day when I need some uplifting. And it's interesting because I know, I may not know this for a fact, but I think I know when you're, I know, I'm just kidding, LT. But I know when Cherie is sending these messages, she's usually at dialysis when she's sending them. So it's not only is it encouraging to me, but she's encouraging herself as well. And when I send back, a thumbs up or, a thank you or whatever, I really mean that because I need to hear it as well. And you need to believe it as well because I know, well, I don't know. I don't know. I know it's hard. That much I know. So I know that you're, I know when you're sending them because it's usually in the middle of the day. And I'm like, okay, she's at dialysis when she's sending these to me. So it's both uplifting to, to you as well as to me. And, I really appreciate that. Thank you for thinking about me, you know, when you're going through what you're going through. And now a word from Troy. I heard that Al was in the congregation that went to Ghana with Jim Jones, but I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. Anyway, what should you replace in the space of Whole Foods? Inglewood location, please. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Whole Foods is leaving Inglewood. Um, all I have to say is, wow. If Joanne Thompson were still here, they would not be leaving. She would fight to keep them here. She was a staunch supporter. Not only was she the alderman of the 16th Ward, she was a staunch supporter of Inglewood. That lady used to walk down the middle of the street. That's how bad she was. She was like a female Shaft. Diane Thompson walked down the middle of the street. Then she didn't walk on the sidewalk. She walked down the middle of the street. Cars going past her. She was a bad one. and I truly miss her. Yeah, we all need some uplifting. Trust me. And the times I think about calling you are in the middle of the day, and you know, I don't know what you're doing, but sometimes I have a little downtime. So I should and I will do better. Cherie said, I appreciate that a lady today sitting next to me in dialysis cries and moans all the time from depression. She said she's not supported by anyone and just tired of going to dialysis. Wow. And just think you're there, you know, sending me, uh, notes of encouragement, memes of encouragement. And I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you again, Cherie. And you're right. It's um, it's hard. I've never I've never had to go through that before. You know, with my parents or anybody. I never had to go through that. But I understand the the situation, the loneliness that she must be feeling. Because I too, I don't want to get into it because every time I do, I get a phone call from somebody. The whole loneliness thing. I go through that all the time, and it's rough on me. It's rough. It's really rough. But I go through it, and all the time, I go through it. Uh, Keep her in your prayers and ask God to bring her out of depression. Thank you, LT. Anita, dialysis is a life changing thing and it is hard. I have to go 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you don't have that support, it can be depressing. I hear you, Anita. I didn't even know, Anita, that you were on dialysis. I really didn't. My uncle, he just received a kidney, and he's the one that I got my computer from. Um, he said he would have gave me that computer. Like I know. LT said I have cousins going through dialysis. You know, and once again, I've never had to go through that. But I know I used to take uh, 2 ladies to dialysis, both a mother and daughter, and they're both now gone. Two in a row from Enchantment. Baby, it's you that I need. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Anita. Thank you for joining us. Also, LT and Cherie Yvette Withers Banks, who does an excellent tribute to the late, great Whitney Houston. And I didn't know her and Anita were going through dialysis. I had no idea. But we wish you two well. It's like one of my former coworkers over at Kennedy King, Dennis Snipe. He goes through that, and I didn't know. People tell me all the time how he's doing, but when I call him, he lets me know that he's okay. I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Every day." You know, every day is a new day. He never complains about his condition. He never complains about it. And Cherie says, I got you. I have my days, but I pray another living donor that could be my match. I go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. My uncle just received a kidney, and he's doing well. The kidney took, the medication is uh, taking. When I saw him on Saturday, I didn't even know that he had gone and had the surgery. And sometimes, it makes me wonder. Okay, he called me. What was that, Thursday? He said, "Yeah, I got this computer and this, that, and the other." I don't, and I think now after I left, I said, it wasn't about this computer. It wasn't about the computer because, I gave him the money, but we talked another 20 minutes afterwards. So it wasn't about buying that computer. He just wanted to talk to somebody. And I understand. I understand. Everybody needs someone to talk to every now and then. And I guess we both needed to talk to each other. He was weak, but he's a strong man. That's Ron Mills. Strong brother, I tell you, really strong. And of course, our prayers go out to you, Cherie and Anita, to Dr. Al Greer with Luther. This is Since I Lost My Baby. Wow. For 16 and a half years. Oh, who is this calling me? Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
Nothing yet. Still early.
You missing one again.
What hour?
The third.
Oh, the last hour? Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right. I'm sending it now.
Gotcha. I was like, man, something wrong with Doc, man. It's the second time.
I know, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm slipping.
Hey, man. It's all good. We do have to happen sometimes. I'm because of us.
Maybe I am getting slow or something. I don't know. Somebody said, "Is Al slow?" I'm like, "What?"
Oh no, don't listen to it, man. It's all in your head. You're all good.
Oh, okay.
All right, Doc, go ahead and send. I'm ready for it.
All right, I'm sending it now. Okay. Oh. See, I have thoughtful coworkers who think about me. I appreciate them. Yep, they kind of like me, I tell you. uh, they kind of like me around there, around them parts. Which is cool. Whenever I'm, slacking, they back me up. So, Lin Lin. Lin Lin. I know that's right, Anita. It's it's just a blessing that we're all still here. It really is. I really mean that. Truly a blessing. Yep, it's just a blessing to still be here. It truly is. Yep, truly. Damien Miner, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir, and welcome to our bedtime story. Oh yeah, it's getting close to quitting time. Yeah, I'm a little loopy now. Yep, it's great to still be here. Good evening. This is Al.
Hey, Al, how you doing? This is Damien from the Bay Area.
Hey, Damien from the Bay Area. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I have to tell you, man, I'm a radio geek. It's all in my DNA, and I appreciate a lot of the talents from other markets and things like that. And you guys being in Chicago, we're right above us, so of course, I have a gazillion questions and wondering like what was the vibe like up there, especially like like during like the '90s and early 2000s and even in the '80s.
What was the vibe?
Yeah, as far as like with radio and what was the energy like as far as like with the talents? Who were like some of the people that were really making it happen? Some of the trailblazers.
Back then, it was everybody who was on GCI back in the day. GCI had a great solid lineup of people. Mike Love and the Diz. They had Gene Sparrow, Rick Party, of course, Doug Banks and Tom Joyner. They were our anchors of the station. course, Doug was on in the morning. Tom was on in the afternoons. We and Rick Party was on in the evenings, as well as the Bad Boys. So it was
Yeah.
a solid lineup back in the day, really solid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, what was Doug Banks like? He had a short sprint here in the Bay Area at KDIA, but I never had the pleasure of meeting him. But what was he like to be around or work with?
Doug was the same in person that he was on the radio. He was just he was the same person all the time. He was the same. He was great to work around. He was like my big brother.
Yeah.
You know, and I really, I miss him for everything that he did and said. He talked me out of getting married one time.
Really?
Yeah, he talked me out of getting married. He showed me his divorce papers.
Oh, okay.
He showed me
Right.
he showed me his divorce papers,
Right.
and um, he said to me, he said, if there's any doubt in your mind about you getting married, he said, don't do it.
Right.
He said, don't do it. If you don't feel it, don't do it.
Right.
I said, okay, and that was it. So I took his advice, and that was it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
Well,
he talked me out of my first marriage.
okay. Well, yeah. What a blessing.
Yeah, because it would have been a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. I am. I'm 37, and growing up, I was always amazed at a lot of the people who were coming from back east and
Mm-hmm.
some of the players back there, and whether it was you, whether it was Doug Banks, and of course Tom Joyner, and James Alexander, and many others, and then of course in New York, we had Frank the Crockers and the BKs who were obviously making a dent in that part of the world. But it was interesting. The Bay Area was not really. Most of my work comes out of the Bay Area, so it was interesting because we working here in the Bay Area, we weren't influenced so much by the preceding markets or even the surrounding markets for that matter. It was kind of its own thing, and being that it was top 5, but it was somewhat insular.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of more grassroots, more into what the Bay Area was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't really have a lot of stars like people like yourself, like in your area, like in Chicago. We didn't have stars like that. The music was always in front of the talent.
Right.
I noticed Chicago seemed to have you guys seem to really produce stars.
Yeah, we did, and it's amazing because most of those people that I mentioned are, in Radio Hall of Fame. Tom Joyner, Doug Banks, Herb Kent, people like that. And I'm just happy to have worked alongside of them. I did afternoons at 1390, and in the other studio was Tom Joyner. I switched over to mornings, and in the studio was Doug Banks. So that's the way it was.
What about Troy Tyler?
Troy was good to work with as well. Troy and I, Troy and I worked together at V103 for a while,
Okay.
for a hot second. So before she went over to, well, we worked together at GC. I was her fill-in whenever she took off. So when she went to V103, I ended up with her show at GCI. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it. Hold on, let me close my show out.
Oh, yes, sir.
That is Isaac Hayes and Millie Jackson. That's right. Isaac and Millie together. It's called If I Had My Way. That's going to do it for me, Al Greer. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Troy Anthony, LT, Dorothy Handy Taylor, Lawana Trailer, Chris Bass, who was on earlier. Just everybody. Thank you so much. Cherie, I appreciate you. Anita, if I don't say your names, charge it to my head and not to my heart. All right? And we'll do it again real soon, right here on Bedtime Stories. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, everybody. All righty, and I'm
Yes,
back.
sir. All right. Well, I won't hold you, sir, but definitely a pleasure and an honor. I grew up listening to you. You're one of my influences, and I just I currently work at an NPR affiliate as a staff announcer. So a lot of what I learned in commercial on the commercial side, I try to bring it on this side of the fence in public radio.
Okay, cool.
So so thank you for all that you do, sir.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for giving me a call. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great night.
You too. Take care.
You too.
Bye now. And good night, everybody else. Good night, Dorothy Handy Taylor. I will see you week after next at church, no doubt. And good night, everybody. I love you guys, and God bless. Peace out.